"You're done, Emma. Not a cent from this family," my dad said into the mic at my wedding reception. Guests froze. My husband grabbed my hand. Then someone stepped forward, and everything changed forever. My name is Emma Caldwell, I'm 34, and I've spent most of my life trying to earn respect in a family that measured love and money. I work as a financial compliance analyst, not glamorous, but stable and honest work I built on my own. Growing up, my older brother was always praised as the business-minded son who could do no wrong. I was the quiet one, the safe one, the daughter who followed rules but never impressed anyone. My dad always reminded me that I would never understand real success. Still, I paid my own way through college, built my career, and never asked them for anything. When I met Daniel, my husband, he saw something in me no one else did. He saw strength, patience, and independence. I wasn't rich or glamorous, but I had something they didn't expect. And on my wedding day, I thought maybe for once they would see me differently. I was wrong. If you've ever worked hard just to be seen as not enough, hit that subscribe button. I want to hear your story in the comments. Have you ever felt invisible in your own family? Click hype if you've been there. Let's go. The reception hall smelled like fresh flowers and polished wood. Soft music playing while guests laughed over dinner I had carefully planned and paid for myself. It wasn't extravagant, but it was mine. I should have known something was off when my dad insisted on giving a speech. We barely spoke for months. Yet suddenly he wanted the spotlight. At first his voice sounded calm. He talked about family, about choices. Then his tone shifted. Emma chose her path, and now she can live with it. My stomach dropped. People leaned in, confused. Then he said it clearly. I was cut off. Publicly. Completely. He called me ungrateful, said I turned my back on the family. Whispers spread like fire. I felt eyes on me from every direction. My brother laughed under his breath and added, "You always thought you were smarter than us." I squeezed Daniel's hand, trying not to break. Then my dad took it further. He hinted that I had taken money from them and mishandled it. That I owed them. I couldn't even process it. People started looking at me differently, like I was hiding something. Like I was guilty. My heart pounded so loud I could barely hear the music anymore. Then suddenly the doors opened. A man in a suit stepped inside, scanning the room. He walked straight toward me. "Miss Caldwell, we need to address something important right now." The shift was instant. My parents refused to sit at the main table, choosing a corner like they didn't even belong to me. Relatives followed their lead. People who had hugged me minutes ago now avoided eye contact. It felt like I was disappearing in my own wedding. My brother didn't stop. He moved through the crowd, telling anyone who would listen that I had failed financially and depended on family money. I could hear bits of it. Lies twisting into something believable. Guests started speaking to me carefully, like I was fragile or dishonest. Then my dad pulled me aside. His voice dropped low. "Admit your mistake now, and we'll handle this quietly." I stared at him, confused and angry. He said I had signed documents years ago tied to family accounts. My chest tightened. I knew I hadn't. But the way he said it made it sound real. Like he had already convinced everyone. I felt trapped, like the ground under me was gone. Daniel stepped closer, his voice steady. "You've done nothing wrong." I looked at him, then back at my father. Something clicked. This wasn't just humili. Statements, flagged transactions, and stored everything in encrypted files. I never confronted them because I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to think it was just confusion. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. The truth wasn't about me owing them money. It was the opposite. My name had been used in ways I didn't approve. Accounts were linked to me without my full knowledge. That's when I reached out weeks ago and requested a formal review. The bank manager wasn't there by chance. He was there because of me. I just didn't expect it to happen here, in front of everyone on this day. Linda, my former supervisor, had warned me months ago. If something feels off, document everything. She was sharp, experienced, and always right. I told her about the strange account activity tied to my name. She didn't hesitate. She guided me step by step on how to request a formal investigation. Back at the reception, my family looked confident, like they had already won. My dad even raised his voice again. Let's settle this now. Guests gathered closer, forming a quiet circle around us. The air felt heavy. Daniel stood beside me, calm but ready. The bank manager held a folder, waiting. He asked me gently if he could speak openly. I looked at him, then at my father, then at the crowd. This was it. I nodded. My family still believed I was about to be exposed. They had no idea what was coming. The room went silent as the bank manager began. We've completed a review of accounts associated with Ms. Caldwell. Every word echoed. People held their breath. Then he continued. Instead of accusing me, he revealed something no one expected. Multiple unauthorized transfers had been made into accounts controlled by my father and brother. Gasps broke out across the room. My dad stepped forward, angry. That's not true. I stayed still, my voice calm. Then explained the signatures and the timestamps. He froze for a second. My brother tried to interrupt, but the manager continued. The details were precise. Dates, amounts, account numbers. Everything lined up. The investigation had been initiated weeks ago by me. Linda was listed as a compliance reference. My father's confidence started to crack. Guests who had doubted me now looked at him. The shift was real. I took a step forward. You didn't cut me off, I said, my voice steady. You were using me. Silence followed. Heavy and undeniable. My father had no response. My brother looked panicked. The truth had flipped everything. People moved away from them now. Not me. The authority figures requested follow-up discussions, but the damage was already done. I wasn't defending myself anymore. I had exposed them. The reception continued, but nothing felt the same. The laughter was softer, the conversations quieter. Guests came up to me one by one, apologizing, offering support. Daniel smiled at me, pride in his eyes. You didn't just survive that, he said. You owned it. I felt something shift inside me. Years of being underestimated, dismissed, ignored. It all broke in that moment. My family stayed distant, avoiding me, dealing with the consequences of their own actions. For the first time, I wasn't trying to prove them wrong. I didn't need their approval anymore. I felt free, truly free. I took Daniel's hand and walked forward, not looking back, ready to build a life based on truth, not control. If your family ever twisted the truth to make you look guilty, you know how painful that is. Have you ever been blamed for something you didn't do?